Hello, Bonnie, and thank you for the invitation to Bonnie's Global Cafe. My name is Dr. Stanley Howard, and I am the president of the Law and Civics Reading and Writing Institute, which is a solution-based education think tank that conducts research on how children learn. We're here in Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, of course. And so while we conduct this research, we conduct it to see how all children learn, but we're especially concerned about at-risk children of color. So that's what we do. And now, while we're here to talk about men in early childhood. Why is it that most places that you go across the world, you do not see a lot of men involved in the early childhood community? And the question is, why is that the case? Some people believe that men should not be involved in early childhood. The whole issue of men raising children that young, some people find not acceptable. All right, so cultural differences can be responsible for this. Gender roles, related to that, of course, is gender roles. What are the proper gender roles? So that's some of the reasons. But we can also look at the media and see how the media sometimes depict men. And here in the United States, we have an issue with this with men of color. So it could be that, it could be the criminal justice system, it could be any number of things. Since we know that we cannot do justice to all of, in terms of understanding, trying to understand all of that, why don't we talk about what it is that science actually tell us are the benefits of men who are involved. Once we get men in early childhood, what benefits come to them? There are two things that I want to focus on. One is what happens to men, and then what happens to children. So what the research says is that men, when they are involved in early childhood, men tend to get a greater sense of self. They get a greater sense of self-worth, is what we're told. They get a better sense of self-esteem. So self is improved when they are involved. And this is when men are teachers, when they come into the early childhood community as teachers, when they come as paraprofessionals, as fathers, as just volunteers. Just the self-worth, the self-esteem goes up. Now, what about children? What are the benefits to children? In the realm of social-emotional development, we understand that children really benefit. They really do well if men are involved in the educational process while children are in their early years. We know that in terms of social-emotional development, the most important part of that is that we thought we knew how children learn, but we thought that it was all about cognition and thinking and rational thinking and what have you. But what we found is that, and this is why I'm saying this is so important, what we found is that the foundation of learning is social-emotional development. All right, and so that benefits the child. And also when we think of social-emotional development, obviously we're talking about behavior. And so we know that, for example, that children's pro-social skills increase when men are around. We also know that empathically, they also do better. They collaborate with their peers better. I mean, so there are a lot of benefits that accrue to children because of men are involved at the early stages of their learning and development. Now, what does this mean? What does it suggest? What should we recommend because of this information? Well, obviously, we have to invite men into our schools and our classrooms. And the research does say that men do not feel that they are welcome. All right, and so that's one thing we have to do. I think another thing that we have to do, we have to encourage men to create early childhood programs. We have to invite men to camping trips. We invite them to any trip, field trip that you need a chaperone. Why not invite the father in? Why not invite the grandfather Why not invite the uncle? Why not have a day for the father, the grandfather, the uncle? So these are some of the things that we can do. These are the benefits of bringing men into the classroom. Thank you. Look forward to more opportunities to engage Bonnie's Global Cafe in how we can create learning spaces that will allow our children to have and to receive a world-class education. Thank you.